my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in. Best friend, you the baddest and you know it. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Fuck it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friends and you motherfucking glowing. Best friends and your wrist is like it's frozen. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Fuck it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friend, you my motherfucking soulmate.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Selina Ringo.
I'm Crystal Shanak. This is our show.
Selena and Crystal have friends, and this is our permanent friend. He's always in the show.
We love him. He's our friend. We have friends.
I'm your bartender, yes.
No, and
Mixology.
best
Mixologist.
friend, Roscoe. Anyway, so let's briefly discuss a hot topic. What's a hot topic? And then we're gonna talk about our guests tonight.
You want a hot topic?
I want a hot topic.
Okay, this is stupid.
Is it hot?
It's hot, but it's also really stupid.
Tell us more.
Kim Kardashian just bought a Lamborghini covered in white fur.
No!
What does that
Pure-
mean?
No.
Pure white fur.
No. We are
Literally-
big animal activists
No,
here, and we are
even-
not okay with this. What?
I don't
Wait,
know
what
if it's
kind of
real
fur?
fur.
It better
I
be
don't know
fake.
if it's fake fur.
I feel like it's
probably
gotta be fake fur.
It's gotta
I
be
don't
fake
think
fur.
it's a real
literally-
fur
It's
car.
covered. No. I know you.
I
love-
would be so
irate.
crazy.
I am
Single Crystal,
irate.
I know you love. I know you love animals.
I love animals.
I think it's fake fur. So
I'm
just
pretty
put
sure
that
it's
out.
fake fur.
Is it by any chance polar bear fur?
Don't even.
We don't. Okay, guys.
It's a serious question.
This isn't Jerry.
Can I tell you guys
Crystal's
a fact
about to
wait,
literally fight somebody.
Polar bear fur, by the way, if you'd like a fun fact about polar bears,
It's translucent.
polar bear fur is translucent, exactly. So their actual real skin is black, okay? Their skin, their fur is actually hollow tubes, and they are clear. And they're only reflecting what's around them, and that's why they look white.
I agree with that, and I think that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Is it polar bear fur?
I think it's
not-
probably
it's
fake
not- it's
fur.
not- it's
I
fake
will
fur.
Probably
a bitch.
fake
You can,
fur.
no,
That
no.
biatch
I'm
better-
just
no.
saying. I'm just saying.
No one is okay with this. No one is okay with
If
this.
it was not fake fur, she would just
No,
have blood
it's-
all over
no,
her
it's real-
car.
no,
Oh,
it's
that's
real.
I
true.
feel like.
I will be the first person to throw blood.
I really don't
Real
think it's fake. I really don't think it's real fur.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
think,
But
like,
She
this
wears
is
real
like,
fur. So
You want to look it up?
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll
This is
Google
a,
machine it.
clearly this is a hot topic. Okay, like like,
Okay.
You asked me
Wait,
for a hot
what do I
topic.
do?
I'm just like,
Does
it's literally it's a Lambo
have
that's
a
covered in
real
fur.
Fur covered.
Also,
I
it does
mean, why
kinda,
not?
It does.
Why
it
not
does,
sequins?
It kind of rains in
Why
LA
not
every
sparkly
once in a while.
sequins?
Like there are gray days. Like we're not gonna be worried about this. Like
Let's see this. Kim Kardashian drapes her Lamborghini in fur-like cover. Cool or cringe is the episode I pulled up here.
Well, what do you think? Cool or cringe?
yeah.
It's weird. Not to say that weird isn't cool. That it's
So it's
fake.
cool
I'm
and
a
weird.
lot more cooled down now.
Thank God.
that it's not
I was a
I'm
polar
a lot
bear
less
fur.
heated,
about our episode.
so I am smiling now.
Yay!
So because there is no humane way to get animal fur. Can we? I mean, this is the 21st century. We're not ignorant retards. Okay, this is like the real deal. There is no humane way to get fur.
But this is fake fur.
So it's fake fur. So
fake fur.
good for you, honey. Good
So
for
it's
you.
cool, I guess, and
Cool.
not
All
cringe.
right.
Okay.
Well, that was the hot
Moving
topic.
on.
Apparently, it was an
Hot
explosive
topic. That
ass
was a
topic.
good one.
Yeah.
That was a, okay.
Just really
So,
just
I'm
popped
very
off there.
excited to introduce
We're worried about
our
polar bears.
guests.
Yes, the guests.
Speaking of polar bears, no. So, okay, our guests are actually two people tonight, which is a real treat because you usually
Real
have
snack.
one.
True.
Double
we usually
snack.
have one guest at a time. So, okay, these are two of my favorite people.
Also, I love them too.
Yes, that is true. And it's Arab Berke and Ivana Moreno Valle, which she goes by a few names, so I hope I got the right one. And they are doing incredible things. They work a lot in Mexico and in the U.S. They are actors, but they are also entrepreneurs. Ivana, I know, started an app called Story Place, which is amazing. And actually, most recently, she started something called Story Place Studio, which is basically a way for people to tell their stories through an app that then can be chosen and put into real content that goes out into the world, which I think is pretty incredible. Yeah. And then the other thing I know they're doing right now is they're co-writing a feature that's called Couples Therapy, which I fucking read, and it is so good. It is so good. Any two people who like are in a partnership, and I mean, I work with my partner and I know they have a different but similar dynamic, but I just read the script and I was laughing so hard because it is so true.
Is it a comedy or is it like
it's a comedy?
Okay,
yeah, exactly. It's a
so
comedy.
they like know what's going on.
Yeah.
They work in the industry on many different levels as a writer, actor. So like,
they're writing together, and to me, the script just really hit home. It's really funny. It's a comedy. I'm sure it's coming out soon. And Arap Bethke has been really into environmental issues lately. He obviously has done a bunch of stuff with Buscando a Frida right now, which is an incredible show that he's the star of. No big deal. But his environmental stuff, he actually did this VR show where he's like the host and he's kind of helping people see the planet in a new way with the ocean and all these things. So we'll talk a little bit about that too.
Can't wait.
And what's extra fun is they have both been in movies that I have been a part of. So Arap was fun for me. So Arap was just my co-star in a feature that I wrote, produced, and starred in. I'm just dropping that in real quick. And it's called Single Mother by Choice. Just throwing that out there. And it's going to be out on HBO Max. So... which is very exciting. And Ivana was also in a movie that I wrote and produced, and that's called The Best People, and it's on Amazon. And they're two of the most incredible, fun people I know, and they're also dating, and they're here, so I'm super excited. Yay! And then Roscoe, what kind of drink do you want to make them?
I think.
How can you live up to that, my friend?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to live up to. I think that. Well, I'll go with kind of like a Mexican classic, the Paloma.
Yes.
I do a little spin on a Paloma. It's kind of halfway.
That's why
halfway between a siesta and a Paloma, so I use a little bit of Aperol, a little bit of agave, some fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, lime, mezcal because mezcal.
I'm having it right now.
And and then as a topper, use a little bit of elderflower soda. Yeah, just to kind of.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank
sweeten
you.
that up. Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so
Well, let's
I
bring them
I
in.
hope they enjoy it. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Cheers,
Awesome.
guys.
Cheers.
Salud.
Ivana was actually a bridesmaid at my bachelorette, and so was Crystal.
So was I.
So there's a little reunion. Woo! And we were just saying that we should write a movie based on my bachelorette, and it would be. It was crazy.
Do we want to say? I don't want to. I'm not gonna. How do I say this nicely?
Okay, tell us
I
a
feel
story
like
that you
I don't
can
call
share.
Is there a
It was a
possibility?
beautiful disaster.
It was but it's a great movie.
A
It's
beautiful
great movie.
disaster.
It's actually a good name for it.
If I can have some shots, that would be.
This
lovely.
bachelorette party had some characters.
What
in
was
it.
what was the? We just said it was this meets this. Oh, we said Project X meets.
No. It started
Bridesmaids.
with It started with Project X meets Bridesmaids, but then we said
But then wait.
Project X meets Bridesmaids
Meets like
The one where they murder someone.
what's it called?
Girls' Night Out.
no.
Girls' Night Out.
with
Yeah.
Scarlett
Girls' Night
Johansson.
Out.
Girls' Night Out.
Is there
meets
murder in
Brides-
there?
Yeah, there's a murder.
there
It's
is.
most
100%.
definitely a murder.
What's the other murder one?
Girls'
The one where
Night
they're all
Out
like
meets
hanging from the
Bridesmaids
rafters.
meets Project X.
Psycho.
It was not like
Psycho.
that murder movie. Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
There.
I don't know if I want to go to your bachelorette.
Hang from the rafters? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Is that what
Chainsaw Massacre? Chainsaw Massacre bachelorette.
He said it was like Chainsaw Massacre. That is not what I was saying, but okay. It was brutal. I'll tell you.
No one
We had
was
fun.
harmed in this process.
Well, okay. I mean, no one was harmed. No one was bleeding.
no one was
God.
physically harmed in this bachelorette. Maybe emotionally, but they are
Emo-
fine right now.
Emotionally scarred for life.
don't
but
even
that's-
know.
that's
Okay,
okay.
people.
They've had
people
help.
went to therapy. Okay, probably everyone went to therapy. Okay, but we should all be going to therapy anyway, right?
Agreed.
So who cares?
Totally, yeah.
So we
love
brought
therapy.
everyone to therapy. Yay for my bachelorette! Everyone discovered themselves in therapy. I'm joking. It was.
No, so okay. Jokes aside, though. Jokes aside. Jokes aside, and yet not. I genuinely think that therapy is for everyone.
Yes, I do agree.
Should we
And
wait?
that therapy is. No, let me
Should
tell you
we tell
because
the
today.
viewer
Yes,
why
but
the
today-
Bachelorette was like?
But today I had a really amazing experience with a new therapist who
Yay.
explained the difference between a therapist and a spiritual healer.
Oh.
And so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And so he said, and it was interesting. And sorry, this got like really weird suddenly.
No, we love weird.
But-
I'm listening.
But he was like, I think that it's very clear, like your brain is like fast, and you've had therapy because he'd say something, he'd say like whatever, like, don't you think that maybe, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's because this connects to this, to my memory of this,
Yeah.
which relates to like I have had therapy for a million
No,
years.
the people, my friends that give the best advice are my friends that have gone to therapy.
Yeah.
The best advice are the friends who would like no therapy.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I had like, but also I had all this awareness about myself, right? But yet things weren't changing. So I was like, okay, I'm fully aware, I'm fully conscious. I understand that this is because of this, because of this, because of this experience. What am I supposed to like? Oh my God, living in consciousness is difficult.
It's
because
exhausting.
It's like constantly living,
It's exhausting.
like aware, watching yourself being somebody you don't want to see. So I was like, how the hell do I like switch from this? So this therapist is like, clearly you have a smart brain. Clearly you have worked through this consciousness part of it. It seems like you need spiritual healing, which basically means something something more than that, or not even more, just something
Yes.
in addition to that, that actually puts all of that consciousness into practice.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need.
Is this
very
like
exciting.
I just had an energy healing session actually last night.
Oh.
No. 4.5 hours.
Wow.
I was on the
Wow,
phone
that's a lot of
with
healing.
with an energy. No. This was a phone.
massaging
No. This was a phone session. Mind you, my mom is very like spiritual. This was energy healing. It was 4.5 hours. And while I talked to her about it was, insane. And she's clearing energies. I'm telling you, actually today I feel very light. Thank you.
Oh, you look very light. You can be on the phone like,
Look very light.
Crystal, you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
So nice. Thank you.
I want someone to talk into my ear every day and be like, today you're gonna be an amazing person. There should be a phone service like that every day. We're gonna do it like every day. Wake up in the morning, instead of an alarm clock, be like,
Good morning. Today's gonna be an amazing day.
I actually think that's a
You're
thing on
gonna be a
Apple phones.
wonderful person.
Siri.
I think it's a
Siri,
thing.
tell me how amazing I am.
Siri. Hey Siri, motivate me every
I
morning.
spoke today to a manifestation therapist. No, I'm kidding. But I wanted to be part of the conversation.
I took my dog to therapy today. He had his
live in LA.
first
I would.
therapy
I would.
session, and it was so amazing. I totally think he needs it. He's had a rough childhood.
He's joking, but we actually have taken our dog to therapy.
No, actually, you
I
had.
love
Yeah.
that.
Obviously, it was Ivana's decision.
Why, obviously? You're embarrassed of it, then don't take the credit for it.
Yeah, come
Go
on.
away from the mic then.
Share the mic. Share the
Goodbye.
mic. Okay. So Chico is our dog. Grew up in Chiconcuac, who's a
You talk about
really,
Chico.
really
Talk about Chico.
a really rough town in
Ashamed
Mexico.
of his therapy.
And now he comes and he's living in Beverly Hills, so it's like this really.
Chico goes to Hollywood.
prestigious
I've seen
town.
his
If you
Instagram.
want
in
to follow
Beverly
him,
Hills.
you can follow him at
Yeah,
Chico Goes to Hollywood. He has beautiful pictures.
He came to Hollywood,
really?
and
Is
now
that
he's
real?
like.
Yeah, Chico goes to Hollywood,
Yeah,
you guys.
now he's a really kind of And now he has issues because now he lives here.
Oh, that's terrible. Good
Wait. Can I just say, I freaking love you guys. So first of all, these two are like such a fun, beautiful couple. Not only are they a fabulous couple, but also they're actors that you guys are both in the same industry. Can you tell us what it's like to be both actors and in the same industry and together? Is it supportive? Is it awesome? Is it cringy? What is it? Like, what's all the things?
I have to admit.
All of the above.
I have to admit that I, for the longest time, said I would never date an actor.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then I
We've
came
all
on.
said
Oh my
that.
God, never. Are you kidding? Like, I could list a million reasons why not. And then I went to a set to act in what I thought was a really simple, small, fun part, and I fell in love.
You know what's so funny? Wait, can I say
And
something?
now I'm engaged.
Can I say something though? Can I say something? Because I'm actually never gonna forget. I'm never gonna forget. I actually spoke to you shortly after you met him. No, really. And I've known you for a very long time. And I had never heard you so excited as I did when you met him. And you were like, I met someone who I can't stop talking to. And it's so weird because it's like a random thing, and we started talking, and then we can't stop talking. And it was really beautiful to see.
It's so cool that you say that because we definitely started talking a lot, and I think one of the most important things about our relationship is to be able to talk and talk and talk and talk about everything.
That's how we met.
And we met because I was doing a show, and I was kind of a shady, sketchy guy in a show.
It's called La Piloto. It was a big deal of a
You
show.
guys,
It's a big show.
no. So
It's a
you,
big show.
for the viewers who don't know, you probably don't know, but in they're Mexican, both of you, and
Yeah.
I mean a huge deal in Mexico and also the U.S. But I mean really like huge stars in Mexico. Huh? So like that's my
Thank
Latin
you.
vibes coming up.
Ay,
Okay.
Gracias, corazón. Qué bonito, qué bonito, chingada madre.
Okay,
There was a lot of food.
You're doing the dance and everything. I love it.
So we got boobs. So I don't know why. I don't know why when you're Mexican
Yeah,
you
you're
got
like,
boobs.
mm.
But I love it, and I
You got
welcome
the, like,
it.
the shirt and everything. I love it.
So tell us more, darling.
So we were doing this amazing show in Mexico where I was a very bad guy.
In Mexico.
In
No,
Mexico.
Go.
So my character was a very bad person. He was like dealing very bad things, and
Fun.
He was a drug
So
dealer.
fun.
Oh.
We
she
love
came and
What kind? I'm joking.
I kidnapped her. She had a 8-month pregnancy. I kidnapped her. I kidnapped her in a helicopter as a hostage, and then she started having birth in the middle of the air, and we had to land the helicopter in Guatemala or something. Took her to a clinic. She lost her baby. We just left her there. We took off with my co-star, and after all this, wait, but this is all in the story. And after all this, I'm like, hey, do you want to grab a coffee or something? 'Cause, it's been a rough day for you.
I love that.
And since then, we just.
That is literally like
Yeah.
on set. I actually remember we were on the meal. ¿Cómo se dice?
Yeah.
The lunch break. We love lunch break.
Like the lunch break and where the lunch area was, and
My
I was
favorite part of the
My
shoot.
favorite part of shooting. Crystal's always hungry. Crystal's always hungry.
I love crafting.
So we started. So I have this thing where if I'm on set, I can't eat. Like I can't have proper meals because I'm like, oh, I just think
So
of the
much
fact that
judgment. No, I'm
I don't know what
joking.
that feels like.
Okay. I'm like, if I have a whole meal, then they have to do my makeup again. I'm like, oh, I hate
Do
that.
your
Then there's all
job,
this shit on
makeup
my face.
artist. Okay, that's what you're fucking paid to do.
No way.
After I'm done eating. Okay.
Let me eat and do it again.
You
Basically,
just start all over. I'm gonna eat.
no, wait. So basically, on this
But
set,
I have
I
to
was
tell
also
you-
7 months pregnant.
Wait, I just
in
have to
character.
describe the person that entered the frame. So I was sitting down having my meal, whatever, in the middle of the jungle in Mexico, and enters,
Before
comes in.
you describe it, what would you picture as a woman who is 7 months pregnant, who fell from a plane, who started giving birth in the middle of a jungle,
Bloody and fat.
who then decided
Very bloody and fat.
to continue
Yeah.
onto a helicopter with a drug dealer? That is who he meant.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds
Like
very
that.
attractive.
Very,
I just
very.
want to say that right now. I just went through
into that.
childbirth, and it sounds very attractive. You know, it's
That
just
is
the right
the-
situation to meet a new lady.
That is the first image I had of Ivana.
Because every time he tells his story, he's like, so, when I met Ivana, she looked like this. And I'm like, when you met me, I was this woman. Like, I had given birth in a jungle.
Wait. I might want to flip the camera over to the people who are behind the scenes because we like flipping. So how do you guys feel about meeting a woman, deep in labor, just
Or how about not even in labor, just how about just a pregnant woman, just a pregnant woman, deeply
no,
pregnant.
there's gotta be some blood. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like
I thought you already started giving birth already.
Well, she was about to until I was. She was on a helicopter.
Okay, wait.
Like
Let's
38
make it
weeks.
a little bit easier.
38
If
weeks.
you are on the plane
Yeah.
and you're sitting next to this woman who may be or maybe not, you don't realize that she's pregnant even, but you start talking to her and you're like,
It's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit apparent.
and then suddenly the plane crashes in a jungle. You realize she's 7 months pregnant, and a drug dealer is looking for her. What would you do?
Yeah, you pick her up. Yeah, if there's two of us, we pick her up. We run as fast as we can, opposite direction of wherever the crash is.
Yeah, that's if the cameras are rolling. Cameras aren't rolling. Peace. I'm sorry. You go out. Like, yo, if it's not,
Can I say something?
I got it.
We need some clarifiers.
Can I say something? My husband is laughing too hard at this joke, okay? It's too much laughter, okay, for a woman in labor. He just said he would run, and my husband is laughing too much at that.
I mean,
He is not the father of the child.
yeah, that baby don't look like me. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? No, honestly, straight up though, I couldn't.
No, we
if
carry-
it's the
carry
movie,
the
yes,
invisible.
I would help carry.
I wasn't
I
sure
would
whether
not.
that was
I
like a
would
movie hypothetical on set. Like
If it,
something
okay,
went wrong,
yeah, movie
or-
hypothetical, I'm all in. Real life hypothetical.
No, real life. You pick that woman up. You carry her out of the jungle to the main.
In real life? Who
into-
are you, Roscoe?
into
In
a
real
valley,
life? Let's just talk about
carry her.
All right, okay. Now Roscoe's right.
Yeah.
You pick
I'm
that
fine.
woman up. You throw her on your
Yes.
shoulder.
No.
Roscoe.
And
Well,
find
of course,
you.
no, I have Chris.
I'll be there.
Chris.
I'll do the same thing.
I
Roscoe
have
knows
Chris.
anything
No,
Roscoe does.
we would carry her.
We'll carry her out.
Together
We'll
to a
carry her
valley.
out. We'll carry
You
her
know
out.
what? You guys are two superheroes. Whatever.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'll go with your
Anybody in
super-
distress,
superhero.
we will carry. We will find a valley for you.
I'll help her out. Help me on. My gut would be telling me this is a wrong idea. How you gonna get on a plane that's crashing? Drug dealers looking for you. You got something wrong with you, girl. Come on, you gotta straighten it
I
out.
understand. Listen, we all have baggage.
Everyone
You're right.
has a past.
You're right. You know what? You're right.
No, everyone has a past.
She was in
We
the
all
wrong
got
place at the
differences.
wrong
We
time.
Okay,
all
all right.
through.
Forget. Okay, wrong place, wrong time. Forget.
Yes, and you know what? Honestly, sometimes you actually don't know. Let me tell you a very weird story.
Please.
Yeah, tell us. Yeah,
So,
single Crystal.
okay, so at
should
some
have
point
single
in my
Crystal.
career, I was casting a show called Next on MTV, and we were actually looking for women who would make out with other women. So my job for about a couple weeks was actually to go to every single strip club and gentleman's club in the Los Angeles area.
Sounds
Yes,
illegal.
I actually have been to every single strip club and gentleman's club in the Los Angeles County. Yes, I have. And we were actually just looking to
Wait, can I interject with
to
a question?
scout and
What's the difference between a strip club
I
and
actually-
a gentleman's
Yeah, that's a
club?
good
so
question.
some of them are just called gentlemen's clubs. So basically, if they get naked, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. And if they don't get fully naked, you can drink alcohol. And those are strip clubs and gentlemen's clubs, I believe. Don't quote me on this. This is not factual.
Okay.
This isn't science.
Good to know.
So
I'm really
I have a lot of scientific
I'm
facts.
glad you're
That
confirming.
is not one of them. So my very weird thing is, speaking about not knowing if someone is 7 months pregnant.
Please.
So
There was a stripper.
A strip club
There was a
must be
stripper,
little bit-
I'm with
Okay.
one of my
More
coworkers,
obvious.
and we're out, and we're just kind of scouting for some other women who would make out with other women for money, obviously. And so,
Obviously.
I mean,
Obviously.
Very
not for
ethical.
love.
that was what I got paid to do. So, you know, you can't all. Well, I picked my job, but so basically,
I don't know if I would have confessed that. No, I'm joking.
so.
Could have skipped
So
that part.
I'm
Okay.
there, and a lot of times you're in a strip club, and it's like pretty cringy, and you know you're not necessarily like wanting a lot of people to be on your show. But I see this woman, damn, her face is beautiful, and she has like a boyfriend's button-down shirt on, tied, tiny legs in a thong, and I'm like, damn, she is beautiful. We need her on our show. We need her on next on MTV. We need her there. So I come up to her. I'm like, listen, I work for MTV. We would love to have you on our show. And she goes, oh my God, that would be so great. She unbuttons her shirt. Is it a problem that I'm 7 months pregnant? I was like, she's like, yeah, I'm giving birth next month, but no, that's not a big deal. I was like, we will have our people call you people. I mean, but like, you couldn't tell. You could not
She
tell.
was still
Insane.
dancing with the shirt
No,
on.
and I'll tell you something that actually broke it.
I'm confused. How was she dancing?
I'm gonna tell you something
The
that
shirt
broke my
on.
my heart a little.
I was 7 months
No,
pregnant.
I don't know if
could
you
not
guys have-
pee.
No,
so
no, no.
I don't know what that woman was doing.
No, and here's something that will honestly
Could not
break
go
your
to the
heart.
toilet.
No, she
Continue.
actually. So later, I was like, obviously, you should not be on the show. But I saw her going. There's, you know, like in any strip club, there's a back room where things can happen.
Wait, an Emmy strip club? Like where you
Like-
win an award?
No, any.
Oh,
Emmy.
I thought there was an Emmys strip club where you win awards for being the
Even,
best stripper.
even if it was called the Emmys strip club, there's definitely not
Exactly.
real Emmys involved.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. It's fake Emmys.
I think it's
So just so you know,
Emiliana's
it's not
strip
real.
club.
Emiliana.
Emiliana's strip club.
It's not the Oscar-winning strip club. So she took a guy, an old man, back to the back room, and I was like, damn, because like, you know, people have fetishes, but that was a fetish, and that made me so ill. But like, I could,
But they knew she was
no.
pregnant.
But the thing is, I didn't know she was
That's
pregnant.
my
I
point.
spoke to her, and I had no clue because her legs were skinny
But
and.
can I ask, what was
Oh.
she wearing exactly?
Okay, exactly.
Please.
A thong
I want to know too.
and a button-down boyfriend, like button-down shirt. So it's baggy shirt tied.
But so even when she was dancing or whatever.
So I
like,
never
she
saw her
was-
dancing on the
Oh,
pole. I did
okay.
see her walking around,
Okay.
and that's when I went up to her to ask her
There
to
is
be on
no
our
way.
show.
Let me tell you something from experience. To get
Oof.
up a pole. Okay, let's talk about that.
I
for a
don't
second.
think
To
she was
get
ever
up
on a
pole.
pole.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
think she
okay.
was
7
on a
months
pole.
pregnant is there's some gravitational problems
No.
with
Yeah,
just
with-
getting up.
Beyond that,
Did you try?
beyond that, yeah. Did you fucking
Yeah.
try?
I
Wait.
would have.
Try.
Did
I
you
would
even
have.
try?
I would have, but I couldn't. You know, it just didn't
No,
look
no.
feasible.
The
I
point is that we send our love to this woman.
yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we do
And
no, but like
I- To the
child,
my
and to the
actual
child.
my point was that I couldn't tell she was
child who
pregnant,
will
and
never
also
know
we
the
send love to
story.
her. But also, her child is now like 10 or 12 years old. So
And
this
he's
is
a
a
great,
while
he's a
ago.
great dancer.
Oh, I love that. Okay, wait. Back to you guys. I want to know something. You guys got engaged during the pandemic. Okay, and I want to hear about it because I think personally, I have had a lot of friends who had these like very incredible life-changing moments during the pandemic. I had a baby, and people have
Yay!
I
the
love
cutest,
that I had a
and we
baby. I'll
love
just
him.
drop it in every time I can because I love
We
it so
love
much.
him.
Anyway,
But he's the cutest.
thank you. But the point is that I have had a lot of friends who have had these like very life-changing moments during the pandemic, and
Sure.
it's such a weird time in the context of time to
Yeah.
do anything really
Life-changing.
life-changing. Yes. And so
Yeah.
what was it like to have gotten engaged during this time? How did you decide it was the right time to get engaged? And like
Tell us
a little
about
bit
your engagement. Yes.
Okay,
my
so I have
goodness.
I have
No,
one
that's
word for you guys.
Oh.
Boxed wine.
Those are 2 words.
That was very
anyway.
smart. That is true. Those were 2 words.
Let me tell you one
Okay.
thing.
It all came down
No,
to box wine.
espera. First, it is true. Honestly, pre-pandemic, we were in a ¿cómo se dice?
In a rocky position.
In a rocky
In a-
place.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
No, we really were. We
Tell
were
us
in a
more.
rocky place. We didn't really know where our relationship was going or what the future looked like or
How long have you been
We've been dating for like 3.
you mean dating?
Been
Is that
dating.
the word you're trying to
We've
say?
been dating for 3
Sí,
years.
por favor, gracias. I love you.
She's trying to speak
Por
Spanish.
favor. Muchísimas gracias.
Sometimes
When-
she makes the Spanish mixes in. We know how it is. We're translating.
So basically, we had been dating for about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And 3.5 years, and we were figuring out what that looked like in terms of the next stage of our relationship, of building a family together, a future together, whatever thing. And we had been realistically having like a little bit of trouble figuring out what that looked like, and we had been basically not communicating well. That's pretty much what had happened. And then we when the pandemic happened, we actually were like, okay, let's figure this out. Let's be like take a little bit of a break, like from this pressure, like talk to each other, blah blah. They were like, yeah, these 2 weeks of a pandemic.
We'll
let's
just
use
weather the
them.
storm out for these 2 weeks.
Everyone thought it was 2
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
Everyone
We
thought it
were
was 2 weeks.
Think
We were
about
like,
it for a couple weeks.
we
We'll
were
see
like,
what happens.
let's use these 2 weeks.
These great 2 weeks,
Let's
I
use-
remember.
We were like, let's use these 2 weeks to figure it out. 2 weeks, 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
The point is, the pandemic was actually, obviously, it was a difficult time in so many different ways. But in a relationship kind of way, it honestly was the best thing that could have happened to us, because it forced us to talk. And not only to talk, but to talk without the pressure of feeling like you were staying behind, even work-wise, right? You were like allowed to take a pause without feeling like you were falling behind with the rest of the world, because the entire world was on pause.
Everything
And
was
so
on pause.
suddenly you felt this like allowance to be on pause. You were like, it's okay to be on pause. You're not falling behind. You don't need to have
And
FOMO.
to be able to take the
that's
time
true.
to really have those
Yeah.
deep conversations that sometimes you put behind, and you're like, all right, we don't have the time to talk about this. Sometimes you're so caught up in work and everything that you don't take the time to sit down and say, all right, let's really go deep and talk about these things and talk about what we want and everything. And we said, all right, there's nothing happening.
We set times.
Yeah, let's like have a conversation, and then it was I don't know.
And we read books.
We read a lot of books. We drank.
What's the best book?
And
What's
and
a
also,
book?
Also,
Just
we
kidding.
read books
Tell us
together.
more. Tell what books.
So we read books together, and so what we would do is that either I would read to him one night, or he would read to me the next night.
I love
It's not that we each have
I love
books
that.
and read them, and then let's talk about them. No, it was like, let's read a book together, and
I love
either
that.
you read to me,
Favorite
or I read
book.
to you.
Favorite book of pandemic, Peter Pan,
Peter-
and
Peter Pan, the original one, J.M. Barr.
Ooh la la, yes.
It is incredible.
Is
And
it
also-
Hook? Is that what
It
it
is
is?
yeah,
a
yeah,
book,
it's a
yeah.
book.
It's Hook. No, but
No,
it's
no,
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 it's
no.
Peter
not
Pan,
like-
like the original Peter Pan book,
by
like
J.M. Barr.
the novel.
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
don't know
Barr,
it.
B-A-R-R-E, I think.
We'll have
No,
to
it's
embark
B-A-R-R. Yeah,
in
we'll
it.
embark. There you
Alright.
go.
Am I right?
And
Okay.
it's incredible. It talks so much about the human psychology. It's
Ooh la la,
amazing.
okay.
And we also read some Jack Kerouac, which was amazing.
Oh yeah.
We also
Yeah, Kerouac
read
was really
this amazing book, so we started getting into spirituality, which was hard because we're both very skeptic. We're both very like pragmatic, very brain, I don't know. And one of the books that somebody recommended was ¿cómo se llama? Conversations with God.
Yeah, by Neil Donald
Neil
Walsh.
Donald Walsh.
I've heard of that book actually.
It's really good. Yeah.
Least
And
religious book you will ever read.
Yeah, it's not God as in
Not
a religious
religious.
way. It's God as in a universal kind of
Yeah.
force, and just about a spiritual connection with yourself, your path, your mission, your meaning, and then we use that to connect as a couple, and it was really good.
Wait, let me
It
ask
was
you a
really
question.
good.
Let me
Oh,
ask
nice.
you a question.
Yeah, ask me a
This
question,
is
please,
our
Lena.
brother.
Yeah.
Okay. By
It's
the way,
only
me and
for-
Rob have an idea for a show, and it's so good. I can't remember what it is. Do you remember? Do you remember that we came up with this show? Do you remember this?
Came up, it was so
Do
amazing.
you remember? It was
Okay,
so
what
good. It
What
was a.
What was it?
I can't remember.
Let's
We'll talk about that
contextual-
later.
okay,
But anyway,
okay.
but that's not my question. I just want you to know that we have a show, and it's really good, and I
Yeah.
remember that, but I don't
It's
remember what
coming
the
out
show
soon.
is.
Wait, can we talk? Yeah, I want to
Coming
like.
out soon.
But sorry. My question was, how did you decide to propose, and what was the moment that you were like, I want to propose? Like, was she doing something stupid? Like, she was like in pajamas, or was she like, what was she doing that you were like, okay, I'm ready? Oh, I want to know because it seems like you know exactly what I'm talking about. I love watching Ivana's face too.
So many.
No idea.
All right, so that's a great question. I mean, I never thought about the moment, but there's been so many moments.
Question.
We're in Baja once. We're like in this amazing place in Baja California. Where we had we're in Mexico. Mexico.
Latin vibes.
And
I love it. Basically,
Baja California.
this is the new rule. Whenever anyone says Mexico, everyone has to go like
Chichis. And then, but then he has to go like this.
Yes, please.
Spain is going to sue us.
yeah.
They didn't invent anything.
So wait, where it was like the sun was setting over the Pacific Ocean. We were sitting in this like really cute bar on top of the hill, watching the ocean, with a vineyard behind us.
6 months together.
And yeah, we'd just been together for 6 months, and I don't know, just something felt so nice and so perfect about the whole conversation we're having. And I even told her. I told her like one day we're gonna marry.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That day, actually, he did say, he said, I'm going to ask you to marry me one day.
Yeah.
And I hope you're ready for it.
And what did you think? What were you thinking?
No, and I was like, okay. And we were together for 6 months. It's actually super beautiful to think that today, the day we're recording this.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh my God, is this your anniversary?
It's
No,
our
so-
month anniversary.
So today,
Whatever.
we're
In
recording
Mexico,
this.
they do that every month.
So
Every
today
month you
when
get a
we're
gift.
recording-
It's wonderful, and then you move to the U.S. and no one fucking gives you a gift.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly.
Today is
Mexico.
4 months. I'm
It's
sorry.
We celebrate everything.
Every month. Anyway, keep going.
Today is 4 years. 4 years and 5 months. So this was 6 months when we were together. So exactly 1 month from today would have been that day 4 years ago.
Very
What?
special.
I don't know math, but that sounded right.
So basically,
It's very-
today's
That sounded very
nothing,
cool.
but a month from today is something.
And that's
Okay,
beautiful.
great. I
And
love
that's
it.
beautiful,
every-
Crystal.
The point is that every day is something. So that's the first time. The point is to your question. That is the first time.
It is a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful. No, that was the first time I said, "Oh wow, this is amazing." For me, one of the most amazing things about having a partner in life is those conversations that you can just laugh about everything and enjoy a sunset and enjoy a great like mezcal or a glass of wine and this
Mezcal,
like
Or a
conversation
bottle.
or a bottle or two. And by the way, I have to say, Roscoe, these are amazing. Roscoe,
He's a
these are amazing.
mixologist.
I
So
love this
I
mixology
would
thing going
love
on, like a
one
new take on the
more.
Paloma that we all know.
You want
This
one
is
more?
really,
Mucho
really cool.
gracias.
Wait, Roscoe.
Mi amor.
Thanks for
Serious
putting in the
question.
mezcal in there.
Serious question. Is there any possibility in our futures that are close to right now that we can have 2 more Palomas?
Yeah, of course.
That would be wonderful.
I thought you were gonna ask something like, is there any way in the next couple months that you're gonna find someone that you're gonna
gonna
have
get
these
married.
couple months?
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, like that.
That's what I was
Like,
looking
where you
for. We didn't flip it on
what
us. Flipping on Roscoe. See what's going down. You know
Tell
what I'm
us,
saying?
Roscoe.
What do you think, Roscoe?
No, this is no.
No.
This is
Boo.
no.
The
Okay,
mixologist
No,
has spoken. He
listen,
said no.
Listen.
Boo.
Okay, if you want real talk?
Yeah,
Chris?
real talk.
I want real time. They talk about the whole life
Listen,
right here together.
Here's the thing. Tell him goes real deep, real quick.
Real quick.
He goes like way.
I'm not
too
trying to be
way
deep,
too-
but I'm 6 feet under.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
but he's already. He already just like goes way too emotional.
Okay,
all
alright.
the time.
Okay, so having said that, okay.
Here's the thing.
Wait,
Tell
that's very
us.
funny.
Tell us.
Love finds you,
Yes.
I agree.
And?
and it's not up to me.
That's true.
Go meet as many people as you want. Go out, go network.
Yeah.
It sucks when you fall in love because then you prioritize that person over everything else
And
in your
it's also
entire
wonderful.
life.
Let's not
It's-
say suck.
No, it's not sucks. Well, no, it sucks. No, actually, I stand by
Because
that.
you
It
were
sucks.
talking about the timing of it.
It
The
depends on the
active is
timing.
beautiful.
But yes, but there, it's an uncontrollable variable.
Uncontrollable.
Like you
Agreed.
just
do you
like
think,
there's
2021
no like, hey, when are you gonna fall in love? It's like, no, I'll fall in love when somebody
No,
when
that's-
I
that's
fucking
wrong.
fall in
love.
She's getting married within a year.
And
Yeah.
Roscoe,
And
you're
I know,
single.
I know
single
that 'cause I'm
Roscoe,
getting
single
paid for
Kristen.
that,
I'm
so.
joking.
Single
I'm joking.
What
Roscoe,
about the
single
Selena Crystal?
Crystal.
There you go.
But
Well,
she's
you
getting married
guys
in a year,
have
and
Roscoe.
I don't even have the planning bandwidth
Let me
for
ask you a
that.
question.
for
Let me
us.
ask you a question. So, you are open to falling in love? Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay. Perfect.
But I
love that
also
answer.
don't believe that it's your choice.
I
Like,
agree. I agree.
you- like,
I agree.
I
You
will-
don't
I
plan
will-
it. You don't look for it. It is there.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, if you are to, or no, not if, when you are to fall in love,
Yeah.
are you open to the kind of love that just, oh my God, immerses you into the other human
What other
being?
kind of love is there?
Yeah.
Are you?
That
Are
unconditional.
you?
Am I right?
I don't-
right.
No, I think that's the only. If it's anything,
Ignore them. I'm so sorry.
if it's anything less than that, then it's not love.
I
Exactly.
agree.
That's
I
what
don't
we're
want
saying.
it.
That's exactly.
I don't
Don't
want it.
ignore us.
When
That's
you
exactly
when
what
you
I'm saying.
when
No,
you're
I know, but-
and like I I'm like I've been around. I've known a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know something?
We know.
Like, I've seen that.
I mean, I'm like Chris is in this movie. We know when we're in love.
Right.
know,
I
know.
have another question for you too, single.
Yeah.
Do you think 2021 is a good time to be single?
Yeah.
Why? Interesting.
I mean,
after the pandemic
there's
and the lockdown and stuff?
limitless opportunity.
Is
number
it a
one.
good time?
You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's
always
It
just
is.
like
I would say it is the best time to be single.
Oh.
everybody's reevaluating all their
Well,
hang-ups
well,
and
no,
stuff.
but hold up. If we think about culturally, right?
Yeah.
Tell them where we at.
Please.
Where we at culturally? Let them know. Let them know. He gonna let them know. Let them know.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
By the way, that's how I talk all the time. So.
We're
It is.
I'm not a stranger
I'm not
to this
cooking
at
it
all.
up.
In any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. Culturally, we are all like. We all learned a lot about ourselves
Fact.
during a pandemic,
Fact.
right? We had way too much time to sit with ourselves. I would equate it to somebody who's been in take a serial monogamist, right?
Yeah.
For so long. These people have just been leapfrogging like fucking Frogger from relationship to relationship to relationship. And that's what they do, right? And they don't have enough time to marinate with themselves to figure out who that person is,
I need
right?
some marination.
So like,
Marinate
yes,
me.
single Crystal. So like,
Single Crystal is
so what
marinating
was?
right now.
But think about the American, like the absolute percentage of America that had way too much time to deal with their own bullshit.
I
right?
agree with
Yeah.
you.
And
I
they
actually
had
agree with
way
you.
too much time to sit on their things. So they were like, wait a minute, this is who I am. And normally
Yeah.
those people are so fascinated by what the next relationship is, by what the next job
Fact.
is,
Hey.
by what the next thing they can throw themselves in
I agree with you.
to is that they avoided who they are.
I agree with you.
And
I
now,
think- I
and
have a
now,
follow-up
yes,
question.
in the back. Hold up, give me 1 second. I'm just saying that now, those people who reevaluated themselves are all about to go out.
Yes, I agree with you.
Right now,
I agree.
for
There
the
are
first
some
time
wise-
in a
There
year
are
and a
some
half.
wise,
And yeah,
wise men and women at the bar right now.
it's an
Some
interesting
wise
ass
fucking
time
men
to
and
be
women at the
single.
bar
I
right
will
now.
tell
Ross
you.
was good. Ross
Yes.
is going to be pouring
Love
their drinks.
yourself. Let's go.
And Roscoe's going to be pouring their drinks right now.
Wait,
I will
she
be-
has
I
nothing
will
to say.
be
She was
for your
raising
face.
her hand. Like,
Yes.
you're
Really?
legit raising her hand.
Dan.
Stand
Not
Just
only
raise
that,
your
I-
hand. Just raise your hand.
Stand up.
I'm standing.
It's like
Yes,
that.
Take your
I
mic.
give
Take
you
your
the
mic.
angle
Boo.
better, but I love you.
After Zoom meetings now.
Your
everybody
head's
raise
cut
their
off now on
hand.
the
Sorry, I
camera,
want
but...
to stand
Okay,
because
stand,
it
but-
deserves it.
Yeah, take
Yes,
a
but I also
stand.
think that the camera might not catch your
Yes,
head.
yes, Dan,
Okay,
do
we're
I need
good.
to-
We got it, we got it, we got it.
Dan has got your head.
He's a professional back
My
there.
husband.
What you got? What you got?
What you got? What you got? What you got? What's up?
Okay,
Sing a
Gabe.
song.
Oh, please sing
Sorry,
something.
this deserves a freaking stand. Like,
Yeah,
what the
take a
hell?
stand, girl.
Yes.
Someone
Yes.
Christ. By the way, what you just said does not only apply to people that are single, it
Yeah.
applies to people in relationships.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that is so true. We missed,
Whatever
but we
people
meant
do.
to kick.
What do
And
you
I
mean?
love that.
What do
What
you
she
mean?
said.
What do you
Let
mean?
me explain. First of all, today I was talking about
like,
this,
"Wait a
and
minute,
oh my
what?"
God, this is so beautiful to talk about because people keep talking about, oh my God, so are we back to normal? It's like, no, we're not back to normal, and we better not be back to normal because normal sucked.
That's true.
So, one of the points to be made
true.
is there were so many things that we each have to like, forget about the obvious things like the environment and all
Well,
these
let's
things.
not discount it.
I'm not saying to discount, but I'm saying that those things are common
love the
things to
environment.
everyone. But people, no, but let me tell you. But people talk about the common things that we all share. But each and every one of us have things about ourselves that we realize during this pandemic are no good.
That's true.
We need to change. We need to live to our fullest potential. We need to figure out our real purpose. We need to be happy. Whatever these things are for each person, right? Now, I have so many friends who got divorced.
Yes.
So
Me
many
too.
friends who got separated. So many people who moved in with each other.
Me too.
And not necessarily so many people, but hey, me who got engaged.
Yeah.
And I genuinely credit that to self-awareness
Yes.
because I feel like this, suddenly we all realize that life is about constant growth, constant evolution, constant creation. And what you just said is absolutely beautiful and amazing, and I hope that every single person out there is on the same channel as you, because I think that we suddenly would be able to have like an incredible a generation of just, oh my goodness, healthy relationships.
Yeah. I agree with
Yes.
that.
But also,
We're turning
it's
it
not
around.
only about single people.
No, it's about
And
everyone.
that's
I
why
think
suddenly so many people started changing things in their lives.
I agree with you. I think it's
I'm
about
gonna sit
we.
down now, but I love
Okay.
you. Thank you.
No, but I agree. I agree with you, and I want to just add. I want to hear what Rob has to say, but I want to add to that I agree with you, and I think that there's a wisdom about this year that went undervalued, and I think that it's not just about people who are single; it's about people all over the world, because for the first time, we lived through something. Everyone. At the same time, right? So for all the like hatred and horrible things that's out, no, because it's true. For all the things that are out in the world that are negative, right? What we all experienced together was this bigger thing. It was bigger than us. It was bigger than humanity. It was bigger than a solution. It was bigger than whether you agree or disagree or your political point of view. Everyone was locked in a fucking house, unable to see their grandmother, unable to, it's like there was a way in which we were robbed from things that we were so unaware we needed because we took it for granted.
Well, some people are not as
was
bright as others, so some people took it better. I feel like.
No,
than
but I
others.
think
I don't think like everyone took it the same.
No, but I don't think it's about being bright.
There was a
I don't think it's
splash
about
of
being bright.
empathy.
Because if you're bright, that means that you took this time to take it in, or you learned
but
a
I
lesson, or
think
you saw a silver lining. I'm gonna tell you.
I think it also. I think it
that,
also.
everyone took that in the same.
I
think it also-
everyone did either.
No, I think it really depends though also on how lucky you are, because I think if you're lucky you get to be bright. I think if you're not lucky you don't get to be bright, because if you're not lucky then you have to
disagree because
I think if you are not lucky you're just surviving.
no. But brightness isn't relying on how lucky you are. You can be bright and be born into the worst family or have the worst circumstances and still be bright. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
one
then it's
relies
very
on the
hard.
other.
It's very hard to learn a lesson about
But that wouldn't be
humanity if you're
brightness.
just surviving.
You can still be
but
bright.
I think you're going to one of the core issues about humanity itself. You said a very interesting thing that this goes this really taps into the human experience itself, and that is that we're all in this same
Yeah.
In it together.
experience
We're in it together,
We
yeah.
have different circumstances,
Yeah.
but that does not necessarily kind of determine how bright or how successful or how whatever. But I think 2020 really made us realize that we're sharing the same human experience.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I was
like
trying
we're
to say.
really like sharing the same thing, and this, I think, this thing that came out of a city in the south of China that probably most of us had never heard about before suddenly made us realize that we're so interconnected, and that something that happens on the other side of the world can get to us so quickly. Without there's no borders, there was no genders, there was no race, there was no religion, there was no anything that could protect us from this.
Yeah.
And for that, I kind of want to segue into one of my most passionate topics right now, which is the environment, which is exactly that. I mean, if this pandemic taught us something, is that we're all in this together. And I think one of the biggest crises that we're living in right now, that can be even worse than COVID, is what we're doing with the environment, and what we're not realizing that we're digging our own grave, not realizing that it's not about change the world and go and be an environmentalist and hug trees in the Amazon so that don't cut them down.
Well, every helper
It's not about
helps.
that. It's every little adjustment that you do to your everyday habits can really help us in that.
I have a question for both of you.
Please.
For everyone or anyone who, and I will play the role of the ignorant here.
Okay.
No, really.
Hard to believe.
She hardly ever does that. So
I've never seen it before. I've known her for years.
What?
Never. She usually has the answer, but yes, please.
she's a good actor. She's a good actor. Right.
Whatever. The point is,
Okay, please.
I was talking about something important.
I know.
Okay. The point is,
The question.
you see, this is what I deal with every day. No, I'm kidding. No. So the point is, what do you think were, both of you, were the major highlights, like, look at this, oh my goodness, or realizations of 2020, the pandemic, on the environment?
So many things. I will start by saying I'm actually very credible in this topic. I have a show called Wildlife Crystal.
That is true.
It's
a great show.
Check it out.
It stars me as a wildlife specialist. It's a children's show because children are our future. And basically each episode, they are.
Yes.
And we teach children every episode about one animal. It's fun facts about one animal in the environment and things you can do right now to help animals and the environment right now.
I love that.
Yes. And so very, very passionate in our environment and animal welfare. And I think this was kind of an obvious thing, but I think what really helped, for example, animals in the wild is that people were now traveling less. So, for example, there are many documentaries like Sonar Sea, for example, or Seaspiracy, which we kind of speak about our ocean and how important our ocean is to us, how important it is. And the thing is, all the noise pollution that goes on, for example. So because there was less, let's say, shipping ships. Is that it?
Shipping.
Ships that ship. I'm just joking. I'm very intelligent. There's so much less interference in wild animal habitats, whether it's on the land or in the ocean, which was allowing animals to live their normal lives, whether that's breed normally or feed normally or hear each other normally. So the fact that there were less people out was really helpful for the environment. And
but just to ask, because and mostly because I'm playing the role of the ignorant. No, I'm serious. Like, I want to ask these questions because
because
I
there
don't
are
know
questions
anything.
that people actually ask.
Yes, please.
So I'm saying, fine. People didn't travel. People didn't ship shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Things.
Shit.
I don't know if this is.
Yes. You can say it. Shit. Fucking
Anyway,
shit. Yes.
Okay.
People didn't ship things. People didn't travel. People, what else didn't they do? People didn't shop.
People didn't get in their car.
People didn't get in their car. People didn't drive.
Factories were closed.
All of these things didn't happen. Basically, consumer, human, normal people interactions, activity didn't happen. What did we see as a result of that?
So we actually saw one of the main, I mean, no, there's so many main reasons why. But when I do the show, I actually tell children exactly why this animal is becoming extinct or why this animal is endangered or why this animal is in threat. And honestly, most of the time it's habitat loss. Habitat loss. We are encroaching into their habitat. By the way, it's their habitat. And I understandably so, we need more homes. We need more, maybe we need more farmland, but we should be putting these things in places where wild animals do not already exist, where wild animals do not already have their homes. And we are now encroaching less in their environment. We're now putting out less noise, less disruption into their homes. That's just a fact. Less of our human interaction.
Less of our interaction in the planet. Like, it was amazing to see how there was like wild dolphins in the Venice. Venice. I mean, it was crazy.
Italy.
Yeah, in Venice, Italy, not in Venice Beach.
You live in LA.
You need a woman to clarify. You need a woman to clarify. Let me tell you.
Thank
Let me tell you.
As a segue, so I have this show.
Italy.
Yes.
And Arap has this show also that's very environmental, and it's so smart and amazing. And you're a host in this. Can you tell us a little bit about the show that you're involved in?
Well,
it's very cool.
Yeah, I'm
Please.
really glad you're so interested in this, because I think it's such an important time to kind of talk about these things and talk about how you don't have to. I don't know. You don't have to, as I said, go out into the wild and be an environmentalist. I think we all have the social responsibility to be environmentalists. Easy things you can do in your everyday life.
Easy things you can do.
Like what from an ignorant?
Okay.
Yes,
for
it's good. It's good. So everyone learns.
For
It's
an
good.
ignorant
Let me tell you.
character here. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's really easy. I mean, it's really easy. A lot of people have this stigma that it's such a big topic and saving the world,
or like
and
a huge
climate
step that you have to
change is
take. There's actually so many things you can do that
making
are so
small
small.
adjustments in your everyday life. For example,
And everything matters. Everything you do matters.
Reduce
me
your use.
5.
Okay, reduce your use of single-use plastics, like really easily. When
How
you go,
do I reduce that?
when you go,
So you
when
can
you go
either start a
shopping, like when you go shopping, take your own the bag that you use. Don't use those like plastic bags that they give you, or separate.
That's one, okay.
All right, separate your trash. A lot of people tell me, I have this argument with a lot of people all the time, especially people from Latin America. They're like,
Including me. It's
why
okay.
should including Ivana?
It's okay,
She's
guys.
like, why should I separate my trash if it all goes to the same place? That's a question I have all the time. It does not go to the same place. I mean, it eventually goes to, like, in your trash can, it goes to the same place, but then it is separated by people. So at least you're making their job easier.
So using your bags to go to the groceries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Separating.
Separating.
Your
Yeah.
trash.
And then one of the main things that I think we as a society are so accustomed to, and that like it's been sold to us, is that of this hyper consumerism, that you use something and you buy something that you use for the summer and then you throw it in autumn because it's not fashionable anymore. Let's try and think about like clothes that you can use for so many years. Like this, I've used for so
It's
long that now
perfect.
it's like ripping.
It goes
No,
with
I'm just
everything.
kidding.
It goes with everything.
But yeah.
It's summer. It's winter.
Yeah,
It's
let's
fashion forward.
think
I
about-
love
let's
it.
think
How
about
do you-
things
how
that
do you
like
address
last.
that?
No, like
Don't tell me to think about it.
No,
tell me
no.
what to do with it.
buy things that last longer. I mean,
It's
buy things that last
quality
longer.
versus,
She's counting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
like glass containers
kidding?
versus
You're telling me
plastic
to
containers.
Exactly. Glass containers that last longer versus plastic.
I'll give the last two.
All right.
So last two, which I tell my kiddos in my show all the time.
Yeah.
So one is education. Education. So when you learn about animals or you learn about the environment, tell your family, tell your friends, because the more you know about what you're learning about, the more you know about an animal, the more likely you are to want to protect it. The more you know about an environment, the more likely you are to want to protect it in the future. And that is a fact. That's called science. So
Nice.
education is one.
Can I ask you something about that?
Education. Yes.
Yeah, she
Tell
knows
us.
everything about it.
Very
This is
exciting.
me, the ignorant tourist.
All right, let's give her a name. What's her name?
Karen.
Okay, Karen.
That's a great name. That's a great name.
Everyone
Karen.
knows what Karen does. Anyway, no, really. My question is, how do I differentiate between education about, for example, thinking a polar bear is cuddly and cute and oh my goodness, I want to have it as a stuffed animal in my house all day and squish it, to understanding what a polar bear actually is and respecting its ecosystem?
No, I mean it's education. So I actually am not against wanting, children to want to snuggle a teddy bear that is a polar bear. However, it is important to know that you shouldn't actually touch a real polar bear in real life. They will kill you brutally. You will bleed and die. They have huge jagged teeth.
How do you handle that in education, though?
So I'm actually in my show, Wildlife Crystal, very honest with children, and I do talk about in all episodes how these animals feed and what they feed on. Okay. And they learn if they're a carnivore, which means they eat meat, and they learn how they actually feed, which is really sinking their teeth into the skull of a seal and eating it.
They eat it.
Could be you. Could be you, child.
Difficult question, maybe.
Oh, God.
Do tell. A difficult question, maybe. There was a whole controversy, and I am in no way saying that I agree or disagree with this. I am literally just restating. But
how politically correct of you.
Thank you.
Do tell.
With the Lion King, there was a whole controversy with Julie Taymor and blah blah and all the people involved with the film, and they were asking them about how when Lion King became very popular, there was a very high increase in the hunting of lions.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so there was a whole thing about it, about how they portray, there was this kid that saw Lion King and wanted to go to the Disney store, wanting to buy a stuffed animal. And then the little kid, if he's, I'm guessing, a billionaire, is like, oh my God, I want a lion. And then the dad is like, I'll kill a lion for you and I'll give it to you. That is literally what I thought, because I was like, how does this translate to the hunting? But there's
positives and negatives. Actually, I just wrote an episode on lemurs. And they are only found in one continent in the entire, or one country in the entire world, and that's Madagascar Island. And there's a movie called Madagascar, and there are
beautiful movie.
I love this movie. No, and there are pros and cons to these movies like Lion King or Madagascar, which are teaching kids and adults about animals. There are many pros and cons. One of the many pros is that it gets you interested. It makes you connected to these animals. And that is a pro. A con could be that now people think they're so snuggly. Oh, I want a lemur as a pet, which is not okay. Which actually, no. And a fact is that 98% of all primates that people own, that's monkeys, lemurs also fall under primates that you own, actually end up dying because we can't give them what they need. So the best thing that I say actually on the show is that when you see when you see these movies, take the connection in and learn more, research more about the animal.
They shouldn't be living in your house.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard a fact about
he was born in Kenya, by the way.
Yeah,
cool.
Born in Kenya. So,
Very
grew
cool.
up in Ngorongoro.
That's why I'm so connected. I'm so connected with Serengeti and
oh my
the
God,
whole natural world. But I heard a fact about there being more, I think, lions in captivity in America
that's
than in
tigers.
the rest of tigers.
There's
tigers.
more.
There's
I
more
actually did a tiger episode on Wildlife Crystal, and there are more tigers in captivity than there are in the wild, and that is a very sick truth.
So there's more tigers in captivity in America.
It's
than
very
in the rest
sad.
Of the world.
How do you change that?
The way that you can change that, I can tell you how. We can stop impeding on their natural habitat. We could also stop hunting them for sport, which we should all agree is disgusting.
How do you stop people from doing that?
So unfortunately, it's got to be more education. It's possibly more money into organizations that are helping save them. But I think too, the future generation, which is our kids, they are going to change things. The more we educate them, they are not going to be the hunters. There are these ignorant, whatevers.
Absolutely, I agree.
Sorry, I have a question that's a little bit off topic, but I do really.
I can talk about this forever.
Okay, I agree with everything you're saying. / I really have to pee.
I also have to pee so bad.
I have to pee so
That is a
bad.
constant.
It's a
with
constant.
Selena.
I know, it's true. I do. I pee every 20
I
minutes.
thought it was when you were
21.
pregnant.
No, that has nothing to do with pregnancy.
Are you pregnant?
Nope, I just have a small bladder.
I hope not.
Dan?
I just have a small bladder.
Roscoe, I hope not. What the hell?
Oh, Roscoe. Jeez.
No,
what
I
does he have to do with
I
my
meant because
pregnancy?
he gave you alcohol.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness, that was terrible. Dan, Roscoe, Selena, I apologize
That
for
came
this
out
whole
wrong.
thing.
Ivana, I didn't even know that could go there. Anyway, I have a question.
All right.
And then I have one question, and then I'm gonna give you the last question, okay?
Okay.
But I have a question about Story Place, Ivana, because I think that it's an amazing place where people can tell their stories, right? And now there's Story Place Studio, which I'm hearing can take these stories into actual real content out in the world. And I want to say I'm so proud of you because I have seen you build this from the ground
You
up.
have helped me build
Yeah.
I love you. I'm very proud of you. And I'm and genuinely, I'm very inspired by you. And I want to hear a little bit more about your journey on this and where you're at with everything. But also, I have to pee, so.
That's lovely. So I'll be brief.
I love you. I'm
going to talk about animals for the next hour, everyone.
sure.
So suck it up. Thank you.
On the one hand, thank you because honestly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you helped me build this. Because in a very quick nutshell, basically, I wanted to be an actress because I wanted to tell stories. And then when I started acting, and I hated the system behind acting, and I was like, oh my God, what is this chicken? You need a reel to work, but you can't work without a reel. What the hell kind of ridiculous system is this? And that's when I started, looking at other ways. And then I met you and I met Dan, and I was like, oh my God, let's make a short film. And then let's make this and let's make that. What in the world? Why aren't we creating our own content? We have stories to tell anyways. For anyone interested, go watch our short films. But they're really good. But the point is that I started realizing because opportunities started happening, including selling a show to HBO, drama, US, which was something I thought I would do when I was 70 years old at the peak of my career. And suddenly here I was starting my career doing this. And what was happening? I had nothing of the major facts. I had no agent, no manager, no writer, no packaging, nothing. All I had was a story, and I knew how to tell it. So that's when I decided that instead of finding a manager and an agent who believed in me, or who pretended to, I decided to find stories. And I was like, okay, fine, where do you go find stories? Where can I find stories? And social media had all the technological capacity to find to deliver stories, but nobody was really sharing truth on social media. So I was like, what's happening? And so I decided to create this platform, Story Place, where people would share stories. It was kind of like like sitting around a fire and sharing stories with strangers, but in an app or website, however you go into it. And then I was like, okay, fine. So we have all these stories now on the platform, thousands and thousands of stories. And all these people who, might be architects or coffee shop owners or whoever in the world, I don't care what you do, but maybe you have a story that you think would make a great movie or a great book or a great podcast or a great TV show. You should get the chance to get your story told.
Yeah. Because
the stories that we see in content represent all of us. And so shouldn't all of us have the chance to tell our stories? It was sort of a very obvious math in a way. And so now with Story Place Studio, that's what I'm doing. I'm basically developing this part of Story Place to help people take their stories and turn them into content, whatever form of content they choose to turn it into.
I think one of the things that I think is so true that I love about us and how we work together is that we did not ask for any permission. We did not follow any of the rules. And we just decided that we were just going to tell the stories we wanted to tell, whether people wanted to hear it or not. And we made them happen. And then the world started to respond. But I think it's like you have to be the train. And I always say that. Don't wait to jump on the train. Be the train, and people will either jump on or they won't, but you'll keep going.
Yeah, I love
You know what I mean?
I agree, and that's why I'm telling you, you weren't only a part of this, you inspired this.
I love you.
Truly, because you did this.
Is this a little bit like Reddit in the form that it's like a forum where anyone anonymously can say things?
Anyone can share a story. You can share it through text or audio, or now I mean like in a day from today. Now you can actually share it through video as well.
Wow. Okay.
But it started as audio, then it got to video. Started as text. Now then it went to audio. Now it got to video.
Okay.
But the point is, it doesn't really matter like how you share it. The point is we all have stories to share as human beings. I love that. Yes. Right? And so we should all share them because everyone's story is somebody else's opportunity to learn something.
Yeah. So or not feel alone.
Right, yeah. right. So all these untold stories, for example, I mean, right now we're in June, right? So pride is our biggest topic.
I love that. Yes.
There are so many pride stories, from people coming out to people talking about when they fell in love, to people talking about funny stories about situations they went through, or people talking about their whatever it is. I mean, from sad, happy, funny, whatever stories. But the point is we all have stories to tell.
I love that.
And we should all be telling them.
Yeah.
You can share through a pen name or through your real name. That's up to you.
Where can people find this?
Storyplace.com or download the app Storyplace. It's free. It's easy.
Yay! Yeah. And then last, I'm gonna give you the last question. So do you have a last question?
Questions about animals. I'm just kidding. Don't get me started.
I won't. I won't get you started. I won't. I will stop you. I'm just kidding.
My last question is this: what you guys are really truly far along in your acting careers, in your production careers. Really, these are like famous, beautiful people, and I would like to know what advice would you give to people who are starting in their careers
as actors?
As actors.
Ooh, that's a great one. I'm gonna let him answer this. He's been like from a child actor to today.
Oh, well, wow!
I think I'm still a child. Always.
Yes,
my advice would be never stop being a child. Never stop being a kid. Never stop like creating and just using all these imaginative tools that you have when you're a child, and we stop having them as we grow up. But it would be study. A lot of people think this is an easy career, and they're
Agreed, yes.
you just get there in front of the camera and you're looking, and that's there you get paid. No, it's not like that. You have to study a lot of things, and all art forms are derivatives. So not only acting, but read a lot of theater, plays, and
any recommendations?
Watch a lot of movies, and actually. Just persist and believe that if you have that passion, you have that talent, persist. And what else, Ivana? What do you think?
No, I meant like I've never met anyone who reads as much as you. So I was like, what would you recommend they read?
Oh, if you want to be.
That was my point.
Sure, yeah. Great, thank you.
There's so many books, but definitely Stanislavski. You have to read Stanislavski. You have to read Chekhov. You have to read Uta Hagen. Read Shakespeare. I know it sounds tough, but read Shakespeare.
Read it. You'll get it.
You'll get so much interesting things in Shakespeare.
I loved Uta Hagen too.
Yeah, Uta Hagen is really good. Yeah. And just watch a lot of movies. Watch classical movies like black and white, and go back to like where it all started, and that gives you a big source of inspiration of how cinema is where it is right now, because of it started a long time ago. And also watch some new films that are coming out. What new films are coming out, Selina, that you can recommend?
There's one called Single Mother by Choice.
Amazing.
Yeah, talking about pandemic projects. That was quite a pandemic project that really blew our minds.
Yeah, baby.
That was really
yeah.
You guys,
I have a truth or dare really quick.
Yes.
Can I do this?
Truth or dare?
I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm so sorry.
Do we say truth or dare?
Or we truth or dare for Arab, so whoever chooses.
Not me.
Oh, really?
It's fine.
Truth or dare?
Well, truth right now. Yeah, truth.
Really?
Do dare.
Yeah.
Dare.
Your dare was so much easier. But
Okay.
What is your? And be honest, because I'm here and I know it. What is your?
Go again in front of everybody.
Wait, what is your? What is your personal acting process to prepare for an audition?
Ooh,
Really?
good one. I love it. Fun.
Do you want to know the dare?
Okay, what's the dare?
Do it.
Selina is going to give you a character description, and you need to act it out.
Ooh la la.
Really?
Fun.
All right, only if
Yes.
only if you act in front of me and like.
No, this is the truth or dare.
Well, then Crystal is gonna give you a character description.
Truth or dares have no conditions. Say truth or dare.
Is that really?
Wait, can I say something? Wait, can I say
I
something?
can't act alone.
Wait, can I say something really quick? And we'll go back to truth or dare. But one of the things I'm seeing, which I'm liking, which reminds me of a really good lesson, is to never stop playing. Because I think that when you continue to have fun and you continue to find the fun and find the play in creativity, then it's really easy to keep going. Because the reality is it's crazy making. And you will want to kill yourself a couple of times. And there's a lot of self-doubt. There's so much self-doubt when you're a creative. And there's so much about your self-worth and who you are and what it means and why you're doing it. And so I feel like playing, just literally playing and knowing that having fun in the play of it all is so valuable. And I see that so much in you guys, and I love that about you.
Absolutely. And it's one of the most amazing things about what we do is that you can play all the time. You can just go like crazy and try so many different things, and it never stops being fun.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
And on that note, apparently
Boom.
we have to wrap it up.
All right,
Guys,
well,
we're gonna
Thank you.
Truth or dare
Selena and
actually.
Crystal have friends. We have a couple friends here.
This is
And
amazing.
we're
This
gonna
is so
finish
fun.
this truth or dare, and you're gonna find out later if he chose
It's in
truth
private.
or
You won't see
dare.
what's
You
happening.
won't see it, but it'll happen. It's gonna happen. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you guys. It
joining
was
the
so much
show.
fun. Thank you.
you guys.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
so
you.
much fun.